Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Penny. I'm a certified advanced esthetician in Portland, Oregon, and I'm really happy that you're here with me today. Today we're going to talk about winter skincare routines, and I'm doing this in collaboration with two of my friends here on YouTube, Melanie Mrkongsmom and also Lauren from The Honest Beauty Review. Now, if you don't know Melanie, she has had a channel for quite a few years. I've watched her forever and I absolutely love. She does candle reviews and she does skincare reviews. She does makeup. It's just a really lovely channel. She's actually a professional florist and you can there's just an aesthetic there that is incredibly pleasing. She feels like somebody that is just next door that you could hang out and be friends with. Very, very honest, and there's a lot of integrity there, and I really appreciate that. Lauren actually does cruelty-free and green beauty and that kind of thing. She is a nurse and she just speaks incredibly intelligently about skincare and makeup. She does drugstore and she does high-end. It's just a very well-rounded, really wonderful channel. I am going to obviously link their channels in the description box below, and I hope that you will check out their channels and check out their videos and tell them I sent you and said hello. Now, let's get into winter skincare. Now, I cannot preface enough that obviously everyone has different skincare concerns, and I see it all day long. People need different protocols. I just want to give you kind of a framework, maybe some inspiration, maybe learn a little bit about what I do that might help you with your winter skincare routine. So I'm going to start with nighttime. First of all, every night I definitely do a double cleanse. I really enjoy the Botanics cleansing balm right now. I'm enjoying that very much. I also like the Heimish first cleanse. Those are two of my very favorites. I go in with a second cleanse and I have a myriad of cleansers that I love that I will link down below, but I just choose one of my favorite cleansers of the moment and I do a second cleanse. Now, I usually am trying to keep it less drying because I do have normal to dry skin and the winter time just kind of exacerbates that. So I try to be very pampering to my skin as far as my cleansing system. Now I move right into, after that, as soon as my skin is dry, I go into my acid step. Now for me, that is alpha hydroxy and beta hydroxy acids, primarily lactic, primarily alpha hydroxy acids. Now I've got a few to choose from. I do not use these every single night together. I just want to give you some options. My first and foremost favorite right now is by Mad Hippie, and this is the exfoliating serum. Now this one is glycolic acid, it's lactic acid, but it also has niacinamide, it has white tea, it has giga white. You guys, it has biotin and squalane. It is just a really stellar grouping of vitamins and acids. I feel like I get a really excellent exfoliation, but my skin is kind of pampered along the way. I also really appreciate the price point of Mad Hippie. I just think that this is an excellent choice right now, and it's very accessible to lots of people because it's not crazy expensive. Now, on the flip side of things, another one that I like in this acid step is Good Genes by Sunday Riley. Now, this one is expensive and it is fantastic. It is lactic acid and it is also licorice. Lactic acid is a larger alpha hydroxy acid molecule and it's very gentle, but it's very effective and it's also a humectant. So lactic acid is hands down my favorite alpha hydroxy acid. If you've been here for a while, you already know that. I love lactic acid so much. I feel like you get that hydration at the same time that you're getting an excellent surface exfoliation. The thing about alpha hydroxy acids, I think that's really important, you guys, is that not only do they help to exfoliate the surface of your skin, but they signal deeper layers of your skin to stimulate new cells. That's what happens. You start to exfoliate off that surface and your skin goes, oh, need to produce more cells. This one happens to also contain licorice. Licorice is a tyrosinase inhibitor, which is the enzyme that's responsible for kind of the cascading effect of pigment production. So when you combine a nice tyrosinase inhibitor, a nice pigment inhibitor, along with a really great alpha hydroxy acid that is not only exfoliating the surface, but signaling new cells to be turned over and created, you can reveal a healthy, clearer skin. It's a really fantastic combination. I love this very much. Now that said, I can still use my Mad Hippie and incorporate in dedicated licorice serum, and I do love this one very much. This is an absolutely dedicated pure licorice extract serum, and I can actually cocktail this with my Mad Hippie and get that same kind of tyrosinase blocking along with exfoliation. So you don't have to spend the money on the Sunday Riley. I just really like that cocktail very, very much. Another acid that I like in this step would be my Blithe Padding Water Pack. This is also lactic acid, and I love this one because it's quick. You put this on your skin, you technically only have to leave it on for 15 seconds. I tend to leave it on a minute. I mean, I'll leave it on as long as I can, as long as I'm not impatient. And then you splash it off and you let your face dry and you go on with your skincare routine. This is such a fantastic mask. I often will use this one in the morning too if I just feel like I need a little lift in the morning, a little extra brightness, because it's so gentle, but it's so effective. And the lactic acid in this, you can tell that your skin gets brightened and that it gets kind of plumped up. It's a really excellent product. I love it very much. Now, another acid that I've talked about, you guys, is the Ren Ready Steady Glow. This would be also in this step when I would use this acid toner. It would be in this step. Now, I'm not using, again, all of these on one night. These are just some options for an acid step. I just want to give you some choices. Now I am going to do my dedicated tyrosinase inhibitor. That's going to be my licorice, or that is going to be my arbutin with Collab. That's what I'm doing right now. I use a tyrosinase inhibitor. I have a constant dose going. I'm constantly trying to inhibit that enzyme and hold that pigment down. If you have pigment issues, you don't want to just occasionally use a licorice, an arbutin, a hydroquinone. You need a constant dose. You're not going to get very far if you're not constantly suppressing that enzyme. You have to do that. So I'm using one of these. This is arbutin. Arbutin is an extract of the bearberry plant. It is an effective non-hydroquinone tyrosinase inhibitor, and I love it in this Shirajin line from Hydroquinone is excellent, and it's super, super affordable. And of course, this licorice extract, it's also super affordable. You can use these together. They are both wonderful, sink right into your skin. This one has hyaluronic acid in it, so it is a hydrator. So that said, I am always also misting my face with a water mist to give the hyaluronic acid in my products some water to draw from. So I'm definitely also always using a mist. Now my last step at night, you guys, and this is different for me in the most recent months, is a rosehip oil. Now, rosehip oil is super rich in vitamin A. So I'm actually using this as my retinoid step. I have eliminated recently retin-A and retinols. I am just using rosehip oil, and I'm really, really enjoying it, you guys. This is acting as that collagen stimulation. It helps with dermal cell turnover. But what's really super cool is it's very, very rich in linoleic acid. That's a fatty acid, so it helps to kind of buffer what can be irritating about the vitamin, about vitamin A. So if you've never tried rosehip oil, I encourage you to give this a shot, because it may seem like it can't be effective, but let me tell you, it definitely can. Now, strong as a prescription tretinoin? No, it is not. It definitely isn't. But it also is not irritating, if not soothing. I mean, it is really, really incredible. This one is the rosehip oil and antioxidant from Trilogy. And I like this one because it also has things like vitamin E. It has some antioxidants in it as well. Absolutely love this product so much. One thing to say, if you decide to use rosehip oil, it should be at night, because it is a vitamin A derivative, and that is very photosensitive. It's a very, very photosensitive vitamin, which doesn't just mean that it makes your skin photosensitive. The vitamin itself is. So if you apply a retinoid in the morning and then you go out in the sun, what happens is the sun actually takes down the efficacy of the vitamin. So you want to use it at night when you have no exposure to the sun whatsoever. Now, I also encourage you always to use a facial oil last. That seems very counterintuitive, I know, because it's so thin and you want it to soak right in. But if I use this first, all of these other skincare items that I'm putting on wouldn't be able to penetrate through this occlusive agent that forms a barrier. So you really want to put this on last, and it's kind of your final step in your skincare routine at night. Love, love, loving this so much. Now, moving on to the morning. Now, in the morning, Occasionally, I actually will do a double cleanse as well. And the reason for that is sometimes I want to do some facial massage, and a balm cleanser is just excellent for doing facial massage. But typically I'm just doing one cleanse, and I'm really enjoying, you guys, this Susan Obagi. This is her foaming cleanser. This is a beautiful cleanser. It does not leave you tight and dry. It's really, really great for the winter. And I like this very much. It has a pump, so it pumps out a foam already. And I'm enjoying this. It's a very good cleanser. Okay, I move on from that. Now morning for me, where night is my vitamins and my vitamin A, and night is my alpha hydroxy acids. That's primarily what's going on at night, along with a tyrosinase inhibitor. That's the nighttime. In the morning, what I am doing is antioxidants and hydration and protection. That's what's going on in the morning. Whichever products kind of mix and match, those are the things that go on at night, and those are the things that go on in the morning. So what I do is I cleanse my skin, and then I let my skin dry for just a minute, and then I go right in with my Mad Hippie vitamin C. I've talked about this before. I'm in love with this so much. It is sodium ascorbyl phosphate. It is extremely stable, and it is extremely effective as a vitamin C derivative. The price point is magnificent. I love it because typically a dropper form of vitamin C actually is not that great. And the reason why it's not that great is every time you open it and expose it to oxygen and to light, you're degrading the vitamin. But because this is sodium ascorbyl phosphate, it's very stable. So even in the dropper form, it still has an incredible shelf life. And I'm loving the results, the brightening of my skin. I can definitely tell. Now, I always let my vitamin C soak in for a good 10 minutes on my skin, and I know that some days we don't have that kind of time. If you don't, go right on with your skincare routine. But if you do, try and give it 10 minutes or so. Now, the next thing that I do is I go in with my Sukoyaka Suhada. This is the Urea Moisture Lotion. I have talked about this ad nauseum. I know it, you guys, but it is so fantastic. This is a water consistency, but I pat it into my skin, and I almost can get away with not using a moisturizer. And that is incredible. It is so incredibly hydrating without an ounce of heaviness. It is really, really fantastic. And when you are going in with retinoids and alpha hydroxy acids, some serious moisture is also very, very important. Now, I will often spray my face with a mist prior to using this or just after using this, just again to give the urea some water to draw from, but it's fantastic on its own as well. Now, I follow that up with my eye cream from Sukoyaka Suhada. And you know what, you guys? This is such a generous tube. I will actually put quite a bit on, and I put it on almost like an under eye mask, and I just let it soak in. That's if I have time. I just let it soak in and really just hydrate the heck out of my under eye. Love this so much. Again, using urea as a humectant. Now, after that, of course, I am going to protect my skin. And this is probably the most important thing of all of this stuff is sun protection. What I'm using right now is my CeraPhit Skin Aqua. Now, the reason why I'm choosing this sunscreen in particular with this particular routine is because I'm using my vitamin C in the morning, and I'm using my vitamin C every single morning. Now, my other favorites are my Color Science, and I also love my Elta MD UV Clear. The thing about it is I can't use anything in the morning with niacinamide in it while I am using vitamin C. You want to be really careful with mixing vitamin C and vitamin B3, which is niacinamide, because they can cancel each other out. They don't render each other completely ineffective, but dang close. So you really want to keep your vitamin C's separate from your vitamin B's. So I do really try hard to do that, and that's why I use my Skin Aqua. This is just a basic great sunscreen. It is an SPF 50 PA++++, and it just goes right onto your skin. It's almost like a really nice primer. It sits beautifully under makeup, and I just like that there's not a lot of extra residue. It just does a really good job, and there's no extra, no frills, and it's an amazing price point. It's a really, really good sunscreen. Now, then I go in with my makeup, and I'm ready to go. And I want to tell you that I do have extras in my skincare routine. I would love to tell you that every Tuesday at 8 a.m. I do this scrub, or, I'll have people ask me, when do you fit that into your routine? Some things just have to get fit in when you feel like it. And that's these products I'm going to tell you about now. One of them is my Clarista. I'm going to link the video that I did about Clarista. This is the most stellar product. It is an alkaline keratin solubilizer. It's a retexturizing gel that has jojoba beads in it. It is an exfoliator that is barely manual because of those jojoba beads, but it is an alkaline solution that literally melts excessive keratin. So if you have retin-A flakes or you have dry patches that happen to be kind of flaky, Clarista will just dissolve them. It is such an amazing product. I use this in the treatment room. I always have a tube at home. I love this so much. I don't use it every day. I can't even tell you exactly when I use it. It's just as needed. If I feel flaky, if I feel like my skin needs to get smoothed a little bit more, but I don't want to add another acid because it's not an acid. Love this so much. Another extra that I just fit in when I feel like I need a little bit of a glow, I need a little bit of a boost, maybe before I go out on a Saturday night, something like that. I love this duo set from Hydropeptide. Now this one is crystals. It's the step 1, and it uses these very, very fine, gritty crystals. You apply that first, you massage it all over your face. It's a really gentle but gritty exfoliation. I love that kind. Then I go over with step 2, which is a lactic acid gel. You apply this over step 1 and it kind of all emulsifies and mixes into this kind of thicker consistency. So you're getting a really fantastic lactic acid and a manual exfoliation at once. It almost dissolves the little crystals. You almost can't feel them anymore. You rinse your face and it's like baby's butt. I mean, between these two, incredible. Now, the last one that is an extra, and I could throw this in every single day in the shower. It's definitely a perfect addition to every single day, is the Make Prem. Now, this is called the Wonderful Me In Shower Face Pack. This is so fantastic if you feel irritated, if your skin is inflamed, if maybe you went in a little bit too hard with some of your actives. This is a super thick, almost like honey-like consistency. You can put it on your face before you step into the shower. The steam and everything, it puts it to work. You rinse it before you get out of the shower. It's thick enough that even if water runs over it, it doesn't take it off. It's absolutely beautiful, and I love that you can use it kind of as a multitasker. Perfect for on the go, and you really can see a difference. You get out of the shower and it's like your skin just looks calmed. It's a fantastic product. I really love this very, very much, but it is an extra. It's just something I throw into my routine when I feel like my skin needs a little bit of calming, needs a little bit of just love that isn't an acid, isn't anything active. This is my go-to mask for sure. That is my winter skincare routine. And what I hope you got out of it, you guys, is that I do my retinoids and my acids at night, and I do my antioxidants and my protection and hydration in the morning. And that's basically how I split my protocols up. Again, these are just examples of things that you can use. You probably have some type of these things at home right now, and you could plug them in to those slots morning and night. If you have any questions about that, if you want any help designing a protocol, or you have a bunch of products and you don't know exactly where, when, how often you should use them, I'm going to put my email in the description box. I'm absolutely happy to help. It is a joy to me to talk protocol with people. I love it. It's fun. It's like a big puzzle that results in good skin, and I adore it so much. So don't hesitate to reach out, and yeah, I'll help you. I hope that you will check out the other ladies' channel, and I hope if you're new, you'll subscribe, because I do videos all the time about skincare and makeup and fun new discoveries. And yeah, it's fun around here. So I hope you'll join us. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will talk to you again very, very soon.